following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show. Welcome to tonight's game, everybody. It's the Chicago Bulls facing off against the Milwaukee Bucks at Fiserv Forum. We've seen some solid play from this Milwaukee team recently. After 10 games, they put together an outstanding 8-2 record. There have been some really strong performances in there for them in those 10 games. Right out of the gate, Shaq, a few teams with championship aspirations underperforming.
Yeah, sometimes when everybody's picking you to win, it can go to your head, Ernie. That's when leaders have to step up and right the ship.
Well, sometimes the more talented you are, the more everyone wants the ball. And that creates chaos. In that climate, it can take time.
Kind of like on this show. Now, here's Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
That's a look at our setting tonight. The picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's time for the NBA. Live on 2K Sports. Along with Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, Emmy-nominated writer-producer Bill Simmons. Again, you're in the seat, and again, we're so lucky to...
I can't believe Brent Barry's here. How'd you get him?
And told him that you were going to come and a lot of sushi. And told him you were going to join us.
Four of the greats. I'm so delighted to be here.
D.A., take it away.
Well, for the Milwaukee Bucks, it had been an 18-year dry spell. They hadn't won a playoff series since 2001, the longest such drought in the league. But with superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the way, the times are indeed changing in Brew City. Kevin?
They are fun to watch. Thank you, David. In 2019, Chris Middleton named an All-Star for the first time. Bill, can he be the second best player on a championship team? He was asked, I guess, to be that last year, and it didn't work.
I think he can be the third best player in the championship.
Third, yes.
But I think he saw in the playoffs last year when they really needed the second kind of creator. I don't even want to say scorer, but somebody who could create a shot when your best guy is either sitting or having a bad game. He's just not quite there. He's too streaky, I think.
Terrific player.
Really good player. If he could definitely be one of the best four guys in the championship.
Absolutely.
But as the number two guy.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Larkin and Carter are up front. Victor Oladipo is out there with Thomas Satoransky. And it's Porter at the 3 slot. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2 guard. It's stolen by Oladipo. And here they go. And then Carter with the dunk.
And you gotta like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
To the paint. And Giannis with the basket on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. And Giannis earning another All-NBA nod, Bill. He'll be eligible to sign the biggest contract in NBA history this coming
I thought you had the biggest contract in
After
NBA
you,
history.
after you.
Oh, I'm sorry,
after
I'm
you.
confused. Well, what's funny about this is they could have signed him to the max a few years ago, and there was this rule that you could only have one guy in your team could have a 5-year max, and they were saving it for Jabari Parker, so they signed him for 4 years, $100 million, a little bit of a discount. Now he's going to make them pay. And if I was Giannis, I would be very spiteful about the fact that they cared about Jabari more than me, and I would want to sign with the Celtics. But that's just me.
That was a different GM though at the time.
Listen, it doesn't matter who it was.
Right.
They didn't treat you right, Giannis. You should leave.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Middleton outside. They double team Bledsoe. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot, no good. And the Bulls going the other way now. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
Two division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
And for a 2-guard, Oladipo has some great vision, a very good passer, and a nice find there.
Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple of years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite they actually like blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players,
And still stay competitive.
build
So
some
they
nucleus.
kept the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before then did the same thing in the mid 2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
Milwaukee in the lead. Bledsoe passes to Lopez. The dish to Middleton. Lets it go with a three. Porter pulls it in. Chicago's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. It's Oladipo on the wing. And he just worked New York in that last game. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. Here's DiVincenzo. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
Yeah, I'm not sure if their last game was a basketball game or a wrestling match, the way they went about it. Just so physical and dominated it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Antetokounmpo. Wesley Matthews checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And Ilyasova kicks to Middleton. Matthews, no one around him, sinks the three-pointer. Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. Is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performances and success?
I think that there should be a playoff committee. I made this case in my book
That's a great idea.
there's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout running over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes.
Oh, yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. I was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's really
into
trying
it.
to affect the game.
Good. I like that. And he's good on the second. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. A shot by Middleton, wide open. Ilyasova dishes to Matthews. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Middleton can't get it to go.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Count that one.
In a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Hill looking around. Over in the corner, Matthews. No good from outside. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Fast break, Milwaukee on up the court. Up again. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Bulls going the other way now. Shoots from the elbow, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
A little mid-ranger is going to be an easy shot for him when he's got that much of a size advantage.
Hill passes to Williams. About 3 seconds between shot and game. And it's Matthews with the jam.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Middleton for 3, trains the three-pointer. Middleton's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Bucks. Here's Young. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
That was
And
late.
it looks like they
That
are
was
going
late.
to review the play. The
Come on, that was
question,
late.
did he get the basket off in time?
No, he didn't.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Chicago is I think he got it off in time.
Bowl.
The replay leaving little doubt.
Are they going to switch the call? There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Oh, bull crap. Bull crap. I want to replay that myself. I want to replay that. Yeah, he was even saying, man, that was bull. That was bull crappery. Okay, hold on here. How the fuck do I do this? No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Hold on. I need to fucking see the damn thing. Okay. Come on. I need to be able to see the thing. Okay, so right there, it's 0.4 seconds. Okay. Oh, hey, okay. Yeah, he did get it
When they
out.
decided to take another look at it, I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you gotta use it.
The worst I've ever heard was
I admit I was wrong on that one. I thought he didn't get it off. He did get it off. But I thought there was a rule that it had to be like... You had to get it off before like 0.3 because otherwise... I don't know. I thought that was a rule that it had to be like... You had to release it before a third of a second before the buzzer. If you shot it after that you know, I don't know.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Matthews and Middleton, the two wings. Robin Lopez out there with Ilyasova. And it's Hill in at the point. And so it's Milwaukee with it. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Hill defenders are doing a better job of challenging the shooter from the side so they don't foul and don't step into that landing space when he comes down from shooting.
Yeah, I don't like the word landing space and all that stuff. Like,
Well, what would you call
load management. We have all these phrases now. It's like, how did these phrases come in my life?
Load management is interesting.
Load management's the worst. Where did that start?
I don't know. Can you stop asking something important? Yeah, just rest.
What's the thing they call when the guy travels, but they say it's not? It's like he's gathering the ball. That's another one. Stop saying that. I never said gathering the ball in my life until 2 years ago. Enough with the weird phrases.
Yeah. Bulls shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And that one misses. And some changes here for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's checked in
hell
for
was that, man? Who
Ilyasova.
buttered the damn
Ante
rim?
DiVincenzo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Eric
Someone
Bledsoe
buttered the
in
damn
for
rim,
George
man.
Hill.
That thing.
Then for the Bulls, Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Young.
I want to know who buttered the
comes
rim,
in
man.
for Denzel
That's what I want to
Valentine.
know.
And it's Victor Oladipo in for White. Pass to Gafford. Over Lopez. No good off the back of the rim. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. He was all alone on that one. 7 points for Wesley Matthews.
Again, floor vision from Eric Bledsoe makes dishing that basketball look easy.
And Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a player you try to channel or emulate, try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, now, at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yeah, yes. What a great stroke.
I emulate all stretch fours and
Yes.
regard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay in the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
Yeah. You are. You're a great screen
Set some
setter.
picks.
You're a great pick and roll. Milwaukee leading by 4 from downtown. Goes back up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
It's weird to say it, but the sheer length of Giannis can put the defense in a really bad position. So hard to defend without fouling.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the evening. The first one falls. Kirk Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Satoransky comes in for Chris Dunn. And both free throws good for Giannis.
We talk a lot about Russell Westbrook and the way that he attacks every game. I think in the Eastern Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo might be the same way, just tenacious and full of energy, and he fills up the stats. I know people can't see you, Kevin, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that term.
So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game, great adjustments on the offensive end.
It never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
You've been producing documentaries, going deeper into athlete stories, which I know you love, because I think you're curious more than anything else.
Yeah.
So what drew you to that process?
Initially, it was we dove into these stories. We thought that was the inefficiency of, instead of these big, broad type of documentaries, concentrate on events and players and moments and things like that. And I think as you get into that and you start doing it, it just becomes intoxicating. And the cool thing about it is no story should be told the same way you would tell somebody else's story. You just don't know. You got to figure it out. Like we had Steve Nash's last Lakers season. He wanted to do a documentary about it. And then we spitballed it, and we decided it was actually a better idea to do an in-the-moment digital series about it that you could experience in real time with the thing. And it was the right idea, and that was really good. I think trying to figure out what story clicks the best with an athlete, how to tell whatever story they have correctly is the coolest part of it.
Here's DiVincenzo after the Bulls pick up 2. Nice D from Porter.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Tate Baldwin.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. And always as enlightening as you're going to find. Bill, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate you joining us. I hope you come back.
I don't want to leave. Why do I have to go? I just stay here for the
I'm
rest
reading
of
this
the
note,
game.
and the note says,
No, I don't
thanks,
want to
Bill.
go. I'm not leaving.
Hope he comes
No,
back.
I'm staying.
Okay. You know, Brent, it's a different kind of broadcast with Bill Simmons mic'd up. He lets it rip.
Well, the thing about Bill is he's not going to hold back. He has some great, strong opinions, and he backs it up with a lot of facts due to the fact that he knows the history of the game quite well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Marvin Williams is checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo.
And the name of the game for the Bucks is defense. Very tough at the rim and challenging shooters. They have good length, obviously, out there on the wings, let alone Giannis all by himself. But Defense, a big reason why last year they were able to collect 60 wins.
And that one misses. And Brent, with this Bucks defense, when they're locked in, they're tough.
Well, not only do they defend, they have the best effective field goal percentage against last year. They seal off the defensive possession with the rebound. They were a top rebounding team, second in blocks in the league. As a whole package, the Milwaukee Bucks present a unique problem. Good on defense and hard to match up with Giannis on the other side offensively.
White, good.
An assertive offensive player, White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
Bledsoe dishes to Hill. Rebound by the Bulls.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide-open jumper, just unable to do so.
Hutchison, the good-looking shot from the wing. Hutchinson's got the lead up to 3 now for Chicago.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Milwaukee, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And the technical free throw is good.
Well, what you like about Williams is how he's changed his game over time. Now he's a fantastic stretch 4 in this league.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Bulls lead by 2.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Bulls up by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're over-shifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. And I'm Kevin Harlan. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Their 3-point shooting in the first half was atrocious. Ugh, ugly, awful, nasty. It's not that they're just missing shots. It's like they just keep taking the shots. Hold on, Ernie. Hey, you! Whatever your number is, stop shooting the 3. See, Ernie? That's all I'm doing. Tell them stop shooting. Pass, cut, work together, do something.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. The number of trades now starting to involve stars. Feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years, what he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Thomas Satoransky is out there with Oladipo, and it's Carter in at the 5. Now here's Giannis. Wendell Carter unable to get his last shot to go.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Middleton against Porter. They get it again. Carter kicks to Markkanen. Over onto Kumbo. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist from Carter. Carter's got 4 assists now tonight. Bucks trail by 4. To the left side wing. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Middleton. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Middleton's got 8 points.
Well, at 235 pounds, Middleton is hard to throw off balance, so you can take that contact and still finish through.
Took him no time at all on that one. And it's 8 points for Wendell Carter. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Giannis with some nice D.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Bulls leading by 4. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Porter, bounce pass. From the arc. Trains it from beyond the arc. Porter's got the lead up to 7 now for Chicago.
Coming into the league, Porter didn't have that. Now, after a ton of work, he's a long ball threat.
Now, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
For 3, Middleton, good on the triple. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about Middleton saying, you take that, I got some payback for you right here.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is. Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Pass to DiVincenzo. And it's off from 3-point range. Chicago leading by 7. Here's Satoransky at the tip. Here's Gafford. And finally they hit one. Gafford's got 16.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this time.
And the Bucks with some changes. Williams comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Then for the Bulls, Young's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Porter. And it's White in for Satoransky.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And the basket is good. Young's got his second bucket of the game to go. Bucks trail by 11. Middleton outside. 1:52 left in the third quarter of the game. Down low. Williams' shot is off. Chicago has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 10.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here, defending the triple.
It's Hill on the wing, looking to end the run. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
The rhythm and timing right there, impeccable, and the experience of George Hill to recognize when to shoot off of the pass.
Now here's White. 10 points for him. Gafford, the shot from the low post is good. Gafford's got 6 points in the quarter. And so it's Milwaukee now. It's a 14-point game. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Hutchison, defended by Ilyasova. And there's the pass to Hutchison. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his third assist on the night. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway.
You back off, I'm sniping, baby. I'm sniping.
Hill passes to
Oh, you
Williams,
don't.
and it's Williams
Oh, yes,
throwing
you
it
do.
down.
George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that
God
time.
damn, man.
Dunn outside, over Hill.
Come on, baby.
Dunn
Oh!
misses.
Okay, you know, I gotta tone that down a little bit. Hold on. Where's the goddamn audio settings? Okay, crowd, we're gonna drop you to 25. We're gonna drop you to 50. Commentary obviously is gonna 100. And get everybody there. Okay.
Mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And that one drops. And that's now 9 points for Hill.
And maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. From deep. Misses. And so it's the Chicago Bulls riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Right back after this break.
Man, that first half compared to the second half, man, it was a roller coaster. Neck and now what? Hey,
And let's take this chance now to show you the State
Are they
Farm
gonna
assist of
close
the
up?
game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Williams is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Hill. And it's DiVincenzo into the shooting guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second three of the game. 1 in each half.
Here's Hutchison. He's guarded by Williams. Carter on the wing. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
What a play there. The hoop.
oh
plus
my
the
goodness,
arm.
he orbited. He went around him. He did an orbit.
The Bulls making a switch here. Oladipo's checked in. With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization to help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most. And that is your job.
I wasn't
on
even in the
floor.
same
And
zip code,
really
man.
good organizations
How'd that
are
go in?
educating the players on
I
that. They're
wasn't
not
even
just
in the
relying on
same zip
the
code.
agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Don't make it a distraction. The Bulls leading by 15. To the middle. Here's Young. And the rejection by Giannis. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Marvin Williams. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Chicago also making some changes. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Young. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Valentine. And Satoransky subbed in for White. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. Bledsoe, good look. Rebound by the Bulls. Carter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Porter. Tries again. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Now, here's Markkanen. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird, if you like. Fantastic stretch 4, who showed he can be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential.
And Markkanen drops them both.
Well, Mike Budenholzer winning the Coach of the Year for the 2nd time, just has such a great mind offensively, and came in with a new system for this entire roster, one that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year, training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now here is Carter. Back to Satoransky. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got 5 assists in the game. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Budenholzer, a big reason they were a top offense last season.
Well, we talked a lot about Bud Ball. You add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. They really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless.
Here's Satoransky following the basket by Brook Lopez. And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Out to the right wing. Pass to Satoransky. Bulls moving the ball around. Clock at 4. Here's Carter. Cans the 12-footer. Carter's got 4 this quarter.
Well, Oladipo playing a couple years at point guard in Orlando when he started his career, showing off his passing ability there.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
These fans have been stunned by his performance. Of all the players they thought might do the most damage against him tonight, his name was not high on that list. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
It's stolen by Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Oladipo pounced on the steal. Quick instincts on the defensive end.
And here's Giannis. He kicks it to Lopez. Dishes it to Middleton.
This crowd is dead, man.
Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Chicago.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Brown comes in for Antetokounmpo. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Eric Bledsoe. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Harrison's checked in for Oladipo. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Satoransky. Lopez over to help. Cornett passes to Carter. 3 on the clock. Here's Harrison. Offline with his 3. Here's Milwaukee now. In the corner, Middleton with it. No good with the triple. Here's Hutchison. Passes to Harrison. Shoots over Korver. They get it back. Cornett. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Victor, you guys have been pushing the tempo, looking to get out and run. And it's working. Has that been a focus of late?
We figured out that we got to play fast and we got to play high tempo no matter what happens, and we got to stay together. So we got to just continue to keep working.
Well, you certainly hit them first tonight, Victor. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought this game was gonna be a lot closer. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't have a much closer game.